In this video, I want to share my top 5 lessons from 2023. Now, if you're an agency owner, a freelancer, or a consultant, some sort of service provider, and you're looking to grow and scale, these lessons I think will actually help make sure that you have an epic 2024 and come out the other side saying, hey, I've been building something that I love, that's wildly profitable, and really that I want to keep focused on for years to come. Now, if you're new here, my name is Hickman. I run a company called Alt Agency, and to date, we've trained over 600 freelancers, agency owners, and consultants on how to productize and systematize their service delivery, as well as start to monetize their expertise, get paid for their thinking, and have multiple income streams. Now, I always like to take the week between Christmas and New Year's to reflect and share lessons, both just in my journal and then back to our clients and our community and our email list. And while there were way more than 5, these are the 5 that I think will serve you the most in 2024 so that you have an epic year. Lesson number 1 is build the business that you wouldn't trade for anyone else's business. Now, I first heard Jason Fried say this. He is the founder of 37 Signals. They are the creators of Basecamp, the project management tool. And he's one of the most fascinating entrepreneurs, I think, at least for me, that I follow. And he shared most people are building businesses that they got from somebody else. With all of the, agency in a box programs and the information that's available to us here on platforms like YouTube, we can very quickly and easily blindly adopt someone else's goals and their way of doing something because we're reaching for a plan and we execute on it, which is great. The amount of information that's available to us is amazing. And I love that you guys are here on this channel watching. But I also think we need to pay attention to what aligns with us. And so for the last 6 months personally, I was heavily focused on designing something that's more in alignment with my values and something that I actually haven't seen anywhere else from any other agency coaches or trainers or consultants. And it's hard to build something that you wouldn't want to trade because you actually have to focus on exactly what you want. And so it means less modeling from others. Now, modeling has a place. We use models and frameworks to get our clients to a certain point, but there's enough room inside of our models and frameworks that the business can be designed for our clients. Whereas I've also invested in coaching and courses where it's like, there's just one way to do things and this is the way to do it. Either it works or it doesn't. That's kind of that agency in a box mentality that, again, at certain stages of the journey makes sense. But if you feel like you've been building something that is not your own or that you're not happy with, maybe this is a year for you to take inventory and ask yourself, am I building something that I wouldn't trade for anyone else's business? And that's what I wanted to make sure I was building. And I know many of our clients want to make sure that they were building. So the world doesn't need more copycats. They actually need you. You have an amazing expertise and voice that needs to be heard inside of your market. And so I want you to build and be encouraged to build the thing that you actually want to see in the world, because I know that that's exactly what we're doing here in our business. And so if I had to kind of distill this lesson down into a bumper sticker, it would be, if you don't spend time to build your dream business, you're going to blindly build someone else's business. Lesson number 2 is that revenue is a poor target. So 2023 was actually my most profitable year in business since I went out on my own almost 10 years ago in 2014. I had started my business on the side in 2012, went out on my own in 2014, and 2023 was the most profitable year in business. And shockingly, it wasn't the highest year in revenue. We really doubled down and focused on profit. And now actually having coached, over 600 agencies and freelancers, I've noticed a crazy trend that most people only focus on revenue and they sacrifice themselves and their business to survive just to hit those goals, to say that they have 7 figures or whatever number that they're shouting from the rooftops. Revenue is for vanity, profit is for sanity. And at the end, the owner and the founder, I find, are hardly ever paying themselves any money and they have little to show for it. And that's where kind of that burnout starts to come in. Burnout is when you actually hate what you do, not that you're overworking. So if you feel burnt out, I'd question, is this something that you enjoy doing? And are you paying yourself enough to make it worth it? Because if you're not making enough money and you don't like it, it's going to be really difficult to get through the hard times. And so I think if you can focus on 1, paying yourself, and 2, building something that you love, you're going to be more inclined to navigate and willing to tough it out through the moments when it's not great and doesn't feel like you're winning. Because if you're building a business, those moments will come. You do not always go up and to the right in business. You will have challenges. And so revenue is really a poor target. And the number of clients and even prospects that I've spoken to that wanted our help, that were doing multiple 7 figures in revenue, but the founder still wasn't paying themselves and they were losing money, I couldn't even count on 2 hands. I couldn't count on 4 to 6 hands. That's how many times we had conversations with people that all they were looking at was how much revenue they were making and not what they were taking home. And if you're looking to build a business that allows you to have an abundant lifestyle for you and your family, and I know that that's what I'm doing and many of our clients are, the focus should be on building a profitable business. Like, businesses are meant to make money, right? And so you want to make sure that you're not just focused on this, this number that will look and sound good to the public, but when you look on the inside, the business is a disaster. If I had to put this on a bumper sticker, revenue is for vanity, profit is for sanity. Lesson number 3 is to don't look for a message that resonates with your audience. Find an audience that resonates with your message. I'm going to say that one more time. Don't look for a message that resonates with your audience. Find an audience that resonates with your message. This lesson comes from the fact that I've seen a lot of people, and I would say I've been guilty of this in the past, of saying things in your marketing because you feel like you have to in order to get clients. And that might come from the fact that you're copying somebody else, or you see other people that you want to emulate and model or aspire to be like saying those things. And so that you feel like you have to talk about building a 7-figure business or having a $10 million exit or whatever the big claim and promise is inside of your market right now. You probably have seen them. And you might feel like you've had to say that in order to attract clients. And here's the thing, you might have said it and it might actually have attracted clients. And then they're not the right clients. I've actually seen this in our business and some of our clients' businesses, that they were just trying to be something that they were not. It's not that they, like in my situation, it's not that I don't value making money. I love money and I like making a lot of it, but it's not my first priority in my business. Like, I want to love what I do. I want to wake up every day excited. And I'm thankful that for almost 10 years in business for myself, that I don't really dread going to work every day. Like, I am excited. Like, this week off between Christmas and New Year's, I was like still doing a little bit of work. I was planning, I was strategizing, I was capturing these lessons. I'm always excited to get back to it. Now, I want to grow my business. We're going to continue building. We have a 7-figure business and we're going to keep growing it, but not at the expense of the other things in life. And I want you to kind of take an inventory on how you show up to your market, because you can say the same things that other people are saying and get clients. But if you're not happy serving those clients, or they churn out and they're not fun to work with, you might actually just be in that situation of where you were just looking for a message that resonated instead of sharing your message and letting the audience come to you that resonates with your message. And I know that for me personally, 2024 and really the second half of 2023, we've been really leaning into the things that we value, the things that I think matter most in building a wildly profitable business that is fun and that you enjoy and allows you to, live an abundant lifestyle. And it's funny, the more I talk about it, the more that I get clients that actually care about those things, and they prioritize family, they prioritize hobbies. They're interested in growth and scale, but not at the expense of. They're not like money hungry, scale or die, hustle or die culture. That's not my mentality at all. However, in the past, I have kind of shared that message because I felt like I had to. And so 2023 was a year where I really solidified that you can find an audience that resonates with your message. And again, back to my previous lesson, like, the world needs you. Your market needs you. And you are different because no one else can be you. So show up unapologetically you in 2024. And I think you will be shocked at the type of clients that you get. And so to put this on a bumper sticker, you are your niche. Lesson number 4 is seasons are greater than forever. Now, I've been one to overthink decisions in life and business. I don't know about you. And overthinking those decisions have caused delays in taking action. Maybe I'm the only one. But here's the thing. My delay in decision making, when I look back on 2023 and things like that, often comes from the fact that I put all of this pressure on the decision that I'm making as if that decision has to apply for forever. So for example, if I make this move in my business now, or if I launch this new product, or I decide to stop doing custom work this year, that's how it has to be forever. And the reality is that that's not the case. The more that I think about anchoring these decisions to forever, the more that I freeze and I don't make a decision, because if it's going to tie to forever, I got to make sure it's right. And so I think and I think and I think. I try to over logic my way to having it make sense. But personally, like right now, I'm in a season of life where I have 2 young kids and I'm not in like scale mode, as many would say. I like working 20 to 30 hours a week and focus heavy on profits and things of that nature. And so what I want to encourage encourage you to understand is that whatever season you're in right now, it might be a season that's only months long. It might be a season that's years long. You can change your focus. So while I'm personally not in scale mode right now, that doesn't mean that when my kids go to college, if I have the energy, that I can't go scale then. Like, why not? I can change my mind. And so can you. So right now, I've designed my business for maximum time freedom to spend with my family and the things that I love. And I have revenue and I have profit goals, and I'm still focused on growth, but I am very firm on my constraints and I will not compromise. So again, winning in business, kind of a common theme here, should not need to come at the expense of winning at home. And because I'm not in scale mode, again, that doesn't mean that I can't change my mind later. And oddly enough, our business is the healthiest it's ever been in a long time. So to put this lesson on a bumper sticker, build for the season you are in. It can always change later. Now, before I get to lesson 5, if you are enjoying this content, go ahead, leave a comment as to your biggest lesson or takeaway here. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe because we release new videos every single week. Lesson number 5 is 2024 and beyond is the year of the hybrid model for agencies and freelancers and consultants. Now, look, I've been able to do $1 million+ per year in revenue, really profitable, working less than 30 hours a week with a very lean team that allows me to be excited pretty much every single day to get back to work. And this same model will get me to $3 million a year with $1 million a year in profit while still staying lean. And that's because I'm scaling through 1, systems, and 2, monetizing my expertise through the form of developing IP, intellectual property. And if you are truly an expert at what you do in your industry, there are people that probably don't want your service, but they want your thinking. That's where you can monetize intellectual property. And I've been preaching this model for years now at this point, but you can't have only one income stream as a service provider. If you have your core service and you always do done for you work, that's great. Keep serving some of those people. But if you've done it well enough, long enough, you probably can be teaching, training, writing books, creating courses, creating masterminds, coaching programs. There's a variety of ways to monetize your thinking that there are plenty of people in your audience right now that are probably willing to pay you for your thinking. And it is my very strong belief that pretty much all lean, sustainable, profitable, service-based businesses like agencies and consultants 2024 and beyond will have multiple income streams that are harnessing this kind of hybrid model of some is done for you, some is done with you, some is DIY. They tap into services, they tap into coaching, they tap into mentorship, they tap into education. They're using all of these different delivery modalities to their advantage to best serve their market. And it not only will allow them to scale profits in a way that doesn't require their time, aka leveraged, it also will help them acquire a wider range of their ideal client. The number of times that we've seen our clients lose business to the people that wanted to bring it in-house now don't, because they have a training offer that actually helps their clients bring it in-house, which typically extends the relationship another 6 to 12 months. So they have some clients that say, hey, I already have people in-house doing the work, so I don't need your team. I just need to know your playbook. But the agency didn't have a playbook. They didn't have a way to just monetize the playbook. That's another way where you can say, hey, here's our playbook. We're going to guide you through the playbook and your team can do the labor and do the work. That is a huge opportunity, this hybrid model, 2024 and beyond. And again, I'm bullish on it. It's what we coach and train our clients on. We've literally watched our clients add minimum 6-figure income streams to their bottom line doing this. So the bumper sticker here is package and monetize your IP to unlock profits. If you want to learn more about that, then go check out this video here and be sure to share your biggest takeaway or your favorite lesson in the comments below. Let's have an epic year.